Hey, what's up? This is Tito. I'm here with Shockwave Magazine at Mayhem Fest 2013. I'm with Frankie from Emmure, and I wanted to basically just chat with him and see how he's doing. Frankie.
How's it going?
Doing good. So, I wanted to ask you already questions. With the first one, get it out of the way.
Okay.
How's Mayhem treating you?
This has been one of the best summer tours we've ever done, and we're super stoked and happy to have been a part of it. It's like being part of a family, really, and what separates Mayhem from other tours is that it's really all about the music, so every single band that plays gets to play to like an amazing crowd every single day, and just the whole environment is just completely like completely dedicated to the band. So it's really awesome for us and every single band on the tour to be here. Really, I'm sure everyone feels that way.
Anything dangerous, wild, or straight up kooky in the past? Say, I'm gonna limit it, because rock and roll is a dangerous place. I'm gonna limit it in the past 48 hours. Crazy, kooky / dangerous.
No.
No?
No.
It's Mayhem. All right, cool.
I might have put on 2 pounds last night, even though at the wing party, at the hot wings party last night.
Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Well, listen. One of the more probing questions I wanted to ask you, being that you're a band that has been labeled and since like the whole label genre thing, a deathcore, metalcore, new metal, rapcore, grindcore, it goes on and on and on and on, right? In your words, if I was a 10-year-old asking you, what do you do for a living? What does your band do? What would be the simplest way to describe it to a 10-year-old?
To a 10-year-old?
Not that I already into the 10-year-old, but basically because I want to cut through the genre wars. I want to basically.
All right. Well, whenever I get asked stuff like this, like what I would call our music, it's like it's hard for me to say what kind of band we are. I just think that we're a band that has like raw energy. We write tenacious music, music that comes from a real place from us, and that's really it. We don't aim for anything. We just kind of like try to write tunes we enjoy, and we are obviously like heavily influenced by all the genres you said. We do truly love everything, and we're just like a mixed package. You know what I mean? Like I've heard from multiple people, that like there's this element and that element to our band, and that's great. The fact that we can somehow cross territories with people musically, that's what we try to do, and that's what we're obviously accomplishing is kind of like making it hard to pigeonhole us. So as long as we continue to maintain that kind of like not sure what you guys are about vibe, then that's what we're doing.
Awesome. And in your opinion, the further subdivision of metal and music, the way the marketplace pinholes, like you said, do you find that further pinholing, that making someone into a label, do you find that to be a growth in music or cannibalizing music?
Well, I think the reason the pigeonhole thing happens is because it's easier for labels and for bloggers and fucking people who write and talk about music. It's easier to sell it, because people do want to always attach themselves to the music they listen to. There's people who legitimately, if the word heavy metal isn't in the title, they're not going to pick it up.
Exactly.
Because that's their thing, and I get that. So it all depends on what you're trying to push, man. And for us, man, we're not trying to push our music like that, man.
Exactly.
So as far as what I think about how it affects music, I think that there is a greater good to that. But overall, it's not a necessity. I think that you should just listen to music for what it is, and not try to put a stamp on the cover of the book before reading it. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of like let it be. Try to enjoy the music for what it is, and then afterwards you can make it.
That's wonderful to hear. It's refreshing. A lot of people are scenesters nowadays. It's one way or no way.
I guess so. I just think that there's a lot of people who are generally just not comfortable with being open-minded to everything they hear and see, just maybe because of their friends or their parents or just society in general, just being like, oh, it's a little off kilter, it's a little weird, you like that, and so people don't want to feel like that, and I get that, especially younger people, like when you're growing up, you're kind of seeking yourself out and looking for your niche and what you're going to be into, and that kind of defines you as a person. So it's just how it is. But for me, it's like, I grew up in a house filled with music, filled with like, my parents loved country, and my brother loved like Faith No More and Metallica. My sister loved like R&B and pop and all that stuff. So like all that music was just around me constantly, and I just love all of it. And so I never had that feeling of like, oh, it's not cool to like this, not cool to like that. I just was like, music is fucking great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Got two more little quick ones, hopefully.
Sure.
With names like Goodbye Victory to the Gallows, Respect Issues, Felony, Speaking to the Dead, Speaker of the Dead. What are you trying to tell your audiences with the titles of your albums? Are they cryptic, or are they just whatever you felt like calling them the day of?
Everything I write usually has like a double or triple meaning. So there's definitely like a lot of work for the listener to do as far as like understanding what the titles mean, because they sometimes will mean one thing and then mean complete opposite inside the same title. So everything is supposed to be like that. So it's not like I try to just tell you like this song is called the Hatred album. This song is the power struggle. No, it's like there's supposed to be some kind of like cryptic message in there. But
cool.
I think that's what makes buying albums and music interesting, is that like you get it, you don't understand it, and then you dig yourself deeper into the rabbit hole to understand it, and that's what makes the connections happen with music. I know when I hear a band or I hear an artist, and even just the name of the band, I don't get it. And that makes it interesting. Like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah.
I want to know what the fuck that is,
Yeah.
So we have fun with it like that. I try to make everything we do definitely a little hard to understand, so the reader or listener really rather has something to look forward to when they buy the album. It's not just fucking McDonald's. It's just like, here's your cheeseburger. It's a little penny alla vodka in there.
Gotcha. Perfect. Last question, and maybe you have a little more to go into, maybe not. But Russia, electrocution, shock, almost death.
Almost.
I'm sure you've gotten asked a million times, but has it affected? Like when you fall off a horse, you look at a horse, you're like,
No, I get it. I'm not scared. I'm not scared to get on stage or grab a microphone. That was just like a freak accident kind of thing, and it's really funny because to me it's like a blip to me. I don't really care about it, but I talk about it like every single day. Everyone talks to me about it.
I guess so.
It's definitely like it was like, I guess, a little scary just because like when it happened, I was completely conscious the whole time. It's just that like when you get fucking 400 volts or whatever the fuck I got, it's just like it puts you on your ass, nothing you can do about it, and if you watch the video, you see I just kind of just get right back up and just walk off stage, and I'm physically fine, I suppose, and it's just like one of those things that just happen. And the people at Plan B who run the venue, they're not electricians, so the grounding was bad. The bad grounding, in the venue. Plus the whole venue being soaking wet. There's like 800 people in the venue with no windows. So if anyone's been to a show ever with no fucking windows, no ventilation, everything is sweating. The floor is sweating, the ceiling is sweating. Everything is literally, and I'm not making this up, everything is soaking wet.
Moist.
Everything. And so those two things together, man, I got zapped.
Bet you the place smelled great.
Every venue I've ever been to smells great.
Well, Frankie, listen. Anything else you want to tell kids about Emmure? People in Baltimore are all about your mix of sounds, mix of energy. We're all about it. Anything you want to tell them specifically?
Well, honestly, to any of our fans watching, you guys are the best. I really think we have the best fans in the world, and they're the reason we continue to do this. So thanks for the support, and hope to see you all soon.
Well, you heard it, boys. It's Frankie, Emmure, Mayhem Fest 2013. Thank you so much.
Good talking to you, man. Thank you.
You be safe.